Juice Galaxy is one of the strangest and most surreal games I've ever played, and I couldn't recommend it enough. You play as some kind of juice thing, and the only goal is to kill everything in your way and get more juice. And while this game isn't exactly brand new, it has been getting updates up to this year. So, today we're going to be looking at all of the major bosses, including a secret one, and ranking them on a little tier list. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to rank these in order. Now, as of right now, there are only 9 bosses, and to be fair, 3 of them don't even really feel like bosses. So, that puts us in a bit of a tricky position. So let's go ahead and just knock out the not even a boss tier with paewol. Paewol, Paewol, is the boss in a demo, which is now a completely separate version of Juice Galaxy that is different, and I'm ranking the actual game Juice Galaxy. And the only way to fight this guy is to spawn him in, and he won't fight back or anything. I mean, you can die if you touch him too much, I guess, but he won't fight back. He just stands there and lets you beat him, and he says a few funny lines. That's about it. Next up, Mr. Fox. Barely a boss. He's more of an NPC, but if you do get an achievement for killing him, and if you attack him, he'll grow up, he'll grow, and then he'll shrink down over and over and over again. And he doesn't go after you or anything, so, not even really a boss. Now, I am a bit mixed on where to put Ingot. This is embarrassing. Ingot's basically the tutorial boss, or tutorial fight. And I just got done recording the melee only 2x difficulty run, and he kicked my ass a few times. I'm just going to put him in for a regular playthrough. He's super easy. You won't have any trouble with him at all. For some reason, I'm just terrible. I'm just actually the worst at any video game, I guess. Next up is Queen Bee. So I believe if you just follow the line of how you explore the game, this will be the first boss you get to, or the creator will be the first boss you get to. And fighting her as the first boss is the biggest pain in the ass. It is so terrible. There is arena filled with basically feels like hundreds of wasps just attacking you, swarming you, and God forbid that you get surrounded, you're just dead. It's over. She also has some of the most bullshit tracking missiles I have ever seen in my entire life. There would be times where I would take a corner, take another corner, take another corner, and it would still be following me. So I'm stuck between medium and hard right now. I think I'm gonna have to put her in medium. If you go in later, especially with proper health, you can just eat so many of her attacks. Next up, Sgt Suckerpunch. Sgt Suckerpunch, I'm debating between medium and easy. You know what? Medium. Here's why he's medium. He has 3 attacks, and they're all relatively easy to avoid. Even the tornado one, which is just kind of annoying, isn't actually that big of a deal. If you just, have because at this time you'll have really high stats once you go into the sewers. It's the latest game area available to you. He does do some high damage if he would get those attacks off, but there's a large moment of hey, you have some free time to just avoid his attacks. And if you're using a ranged build, he is a non-issue. But his attacks are easy. He only has 3 attacks and no ranged attacks, so pretty easy to avoid. This is my least favorite boss in the entire game. Okay, I'm gonna put him in hard. And the reason he's not in very hard is because there's an exploit that's very easy. After you beat Sgt Suckerpunch, he gives you this huge plunger, and you need to use that to beat the clog. No other weapon or damage type works on him. And that's fine. The way you can beat him easily is if you just hold out the plunger in front of you and kind of hide behind hills. When he throws his attacks, because he only has a punch, a slap, and he says he's going to squish you, which is just throwing both of his hands at you. He'll hit his hand on the plunger before the hitbox can hit you. So if you manage to do that correctly, because there will still be some times where he'll just whoop your ass even after that, but if you can manage to get the flow kind of going, you can make it relatively easy. But the damage is really high. It's a late game area. I mean, he is like the second to last boss of the game. He will constantly be like, "Here I come," and like start fucking rushing towards you and shit. And it'll be like, "Where you going?" And fucking do the same shit. But it's super inconsistent on whether he's gonna go like in front of, stop in front of you, or go right on past you and try and like crush you, which will instant kill you. He's probably the first actual difficulty spike that you'll feel in the game, if I'm being honest. Just depending on how much you struggle with other fights and what difficulty you're playing on. But he's not that bad. Well, actually I lied. This guy's a fucking pain in the ass. So next up, we have the creator. I am very tempted to put the creator in easy. I'm gonna demote Sgt Suckerpunch to easy because, like, yeah, he can kill you a couple times, but like, it's really hard to die to him if you're just dodging. The creator is definitely harder, and my reasoning for that is he can spawn enemies, he has moves that do insane damage, he has projectile moves, and he can fly, unlike Sgt Suckerpunch, which is kind of like flailing in the air. So the creator, he has some goofy attacks that can do some damage, especially on like 2x difficulty and higher. It just gets absolutely absurd. On my first playthrough, not that big of a deal. I had a ranged build, really easy. So he's going a medium simply because he's harder than these two, but I do not think he is harder than the Wasp. Next up, we have Miss Slithers, who I am going to put in also medium, because she has some attacks that can get like annoying and do some damage, and she's harder. She again is harder than these two, but it's not too hard. You're rarely going to get hit by that sword. I know it looks menacing, but you're not going to get hit by it. Mostly the issue comes from the swarm of enemies on the ground that she spawns in, and that can get really annoying, but overall not that big of a deal. And I think all three of these guys are in like order of descending difficulty, and actually I'm going to just do that for all of them. Mr. Fox goes above paywall because at least Mr. Fox gets like angry, I guess. Now then, the Dream Eater is going in very hard, and here's my reasoning for this. He is the final boss of the game as of right now. While the actual fight itself isn't too bad, like, he has a couple of good projectiles and big menacing, he can do damage, he's probably besides the clog the biggest enemy in the game, and he just has this like sense of presence that makes you feel like, oh, I'm fucked. To even get to him, you have to go through a gauntlet of high-leveled enemies, and if you run into him in his like spiritual demon half invisible form, he just one-shots you, depending on if it's the one just running like the set encounter or just him chasing you, because that will just do actual damage. But it's actually a pain in the ass, and I died more times of that than the actual fight with him. But then again, the actual fight with him, running a projectile build, pretty difficult. Like, still really took a long time to whittle down his health. Melee build, now he was like whooping my ass. Luckily, by the end of this, I had a massive ass fucking sword that could just really get inside of his fucking guts and just rip him to shreds. Just fucking tear into his asshole. But it wasn't great. It certainly wasn't great. But he was able to kill me a few times, and I have to say, there is no exploit for him, unlike the clog. If there wasn't a clog exploit where you can just, you know, run back to the fountain and heal and then run back to him, as well as, you know, the cheese, then he'd probably be in very hard. But this guy, there's no cheese for him. You're not, once you go into the dream, you are going to get shit on unless you leave and come back or beat him. Okay, so emergency edition. Fucking forgot Toeney. Bam. Now where's Toeney? He's easy. Toeney's easy. He has one attack that's really bad, but otherwise he's super easy to avoid and just a non-threat. Plus you won't find him until like probably midway through the game when you start actually getting like decent flying and such. Or if you find him early game, you're probably going to get shit on. But once you find him mid-late game, not even a challenge. It's just he has like that one attack that can do a lot of damage, but still, really easy. And yeah, as of 2026, that's all the bosses currently in Juice Galaxy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like it, make sure to give me some support. Like and subscribe, you know, the usual such. I got 2 more Juice Galaxy videos. One's a challenge run, and one's just my regular full first playthrough and impression. If you want to see more like it, you know what to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.